My name is Mulama Melvin from State Department of Trade. State Department of Trade is from the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry. I'm a Senior Trade Development Officer under the International Trade and the Regional Trade SFT Desk Officer. Thank you.
So welcome to Afrika Tuungane. This is a flagship program under Honorable Media Africa, and one of our pillars is promoting intra-African trade. And I have a few questions for you in regard to Kenya's trade and business under AFCFTA. So question one would be, so how is Kenya faring in AFCFTA's guided trade initiative within the EAC regional economic bloc and across Africa? So what goods and services has Kenya exported or imported with other African countries so far, and what is the experience so far?
Thank you, and thank you for that question. First and foremost, before the question, yes, Kenya was the first African country to export under GTI.
Correct.
When Ghana offered herself as the destination, Kenya exported first tea. And before to mention that, the State Department for Trade has a National Implementation Committee. Under the National Implementation Committee, we have an ad hoc committee which facilitates trade for ACFTA. Under the ad hoc committee, we come together, those agencies required for a specific product to help and ease the trading, since we have the window for under GTI to eat the product. So we have done several produce. We have done tea to South Africa, we have done batteries to Ghana, tea to Ghana. We are planning to do more products to Nigeria. We have done products to the ECOWAS countries. Several products have gone, and we have issued more than 100 certificates of origin.
Correct. Thank you very much. Kenya is an MSME country. So how should Kenya's medium, small and micro enterprises prepare themselves to fully benefit from the AFCFTA large markets across Africa?
I think for the small, medium and micro institutions, it's key for them to come together, form organization, form BMOs, and they will be able to trade. We have like an example, Kenya has one trading company which is called the Resource Africa, which is consolidating product for SMEs in order to meet the export market. They also facilitate to them finance, they also do capacity building, they have portals which have simplified the trading system, and they are good. So I can emphasize is that they need to work together.
Correct. What about, let's talk about the Kenya's manufacturing sector. So how should Kenyan manufacturers also prepare themselves to fully benefit from Africa's market of over 1.5 billion people?
I think there's a lot of market intelligence to be done, so that those products we are taking to Europe, and currently even we have the effect of the tariff, so those products, if we can do enough market intelligence, especially to the West, to the ECOWAS, which we have not been exporting, our numbers are low. So I think just capacity building, having new products to those markets.
Correct. Let's talk about AFCFTA at the level of companies, African companies to be specific.
Yes.
Talk to us about the number of African-owned companies operating in Kenya, and maybe Kenyan companies operating in other African countries.
There are a lot of companies operating outside Kenya which are Kenyans. We have one of the ACFTA training company, the Resource Africa, which are now going to the other countries and searching for markets. And even also the bigger association like the Kenya Association of Manufacturing, they have their members. And also we as the State Department for Trade, we have our commercial representation outside in the African countries, which can help and to implement and the ACFTA.
Correct.
Thank you.
Finally, one last question. As a senior trade expert, Mr. Melvin, yes, talk to us about what exactly will determine a country's success in terms of trade and business under the AFCFTA?
I think what will determine it, the first step is very crucial. As long as you now study the market, everything else keep on flowing.
We are also looking at the area of technology, in the area of EVs. Kenya is leading in category, and we are also hoping to partner with some of the other market nations so that we can look for factoring of lithium batteries for the EV conversation. So these are some of the things we're doing, and we believe that in the fullness of time, each country will be able to look at areas where they have a competitive advantage and will be able to support not just the region, but also the larger continent.
Alright, so looking beyond East Africa, we know that Uganda and Kenya are some of our biggest trade partners, and we want to outside East Africa, what are the other three markets that we're looking at, and what do you improve our trade with?
I think the easiest way to look at it is a commodity we have in where the like 14, mainly Malawi, there is some countries across Africa, very much demand, Sudan, Egypt, all those countries are big consumers of tea. Coffee is now the other part of the way from South Africa, so different commodities will go to different places. But in the fintech space, we want to step across because we have a huge advantage that the others do not have. In terms of manpower, Kenyans, young people have a very high training in IT. It also makes Kenya the power within the region, and we want to see more of this, including our telco companies moving regionally. And I think we've already started seeing this. But beyond maybe the safari going to how can we go to other parts of Africa to make this our continent of product?
So talk about tea, what volume are we looking to take into the Arabic speaking countries?
The volumes are not our biggest problem, but like I said, when you value add, the product's value will go up by even 3 times. So our focus mainly is assuming we're doing 15,000 metric tons. We can achieve the same value by producing even a quarter of that when the value. So I think one of the biggest challenges we have is selling or exporting commodities in their raw form. And I think this is a huge challenge, not just for Kenya, but for Africa. But now using local solutions, including specialized funding for manufacturing, we'll be able to overcome that. But we hope to encourage food value added. And this is really what we need to do about that. Cocoa is grown in West Africa, but chocolate is not from West Africa. So how can we make sure that we now bring that industry? Thank you. I think there is a conversation around that to try to emphasize, because if you tell me that for me to see my customers in Algeria, I need to take 2 connections, 2 days, then you're literally killing it. So we are working with all sectors, including aviation, and showing that that's an opportunity. Whereas it is a problem, it is an opportunity for somebody who is thinking on aviation and creating a network Intra-African aviation space. So let me say there's good success, but the first step is normally appreciating that this problem is a major impediment to business. Because if you want to hold a conference, people have to travel, 80% of them have to travel out of that continent to come back to the same continent, then even the cost of that conference will be very expensive. So Africa has to look inward when it comes to open both its borders and skies.
I was just looking at data today about intercontinental trade around the world. We want to compare different continents, and in Europe it stands at 67%. This is trade between partner nations within Europe. In Asia, it is at 60%. In the Americas, it is at 46%. And in our motherlands, our mother continents, we are at 15%. So if you hear your brothers and sisters are building those those ships across the Mediterranean to go and work in Europe? It's because we are not trading among ourselves. There is no business we are creating among ourselves. And if the intra-Africa trade is 15%, it means 85% is from outside. So we are literally robbing ourselves. We have an opportunity. For example, M-Pesa is one of Kenya's greatest products. Why can we spread it across Africa to be the default platform across Africa? We are importing goods sometimes from very far. In our neighboring country, Ethiopia, has a surplus. So these are some of the things that have happened in the continent that don't make us look very good. And I'm happy that this conversation is about trying to correct those historical gaps that we have created and have ended up disenfranchising our young people, having the serious brain drain that we see today. Sometimes I have gone to some of the embassies for the Western nations, and if a young person is denied the visa to go to those countries, it's as if life has come to an end. Living at home, it's like they've been sentenced to death. Why? Because of these numbers you're talking about. We're not trading, we're not doing business, we are not manufacturing, we're not doing all the things that would create jobs and wealth. So I am here to challenge you, especially the business people, that let us now know we have a bigger market beyond your village, beyond your town, beyond your country, into Africa. If you're a farmer, if you're a cooperative, you produce milk or tea, whatever it is you make, you have to look at Africa. 1.3 billion people is a market that can transform the continent itself. I think as government will work and do everything possible to ensure that these numbers also come to fruition. And I challenge the bank, the African Bank. I was just talking to our ambassador to Algiers and asking what products do we have in their country from Kenya, and not much. That's the truth. Then the other question is, if you wanted to go to a country like, say, Algeria, like those of us who want to go in September, how do you go there? Go to Europe? Another continent, or Dubai, or I don't know where, then finally come back. So it's also an opportunity in terms of transport and aviation. For Africa to trade, we must connect, and the connections must not be so expensive that we can't be able to move forward. For example, Kenya, we're in the fresh produce space. We do vegetables, flowers, and so on. So if you have to subject that to too many connections, by the time it gets there, it will not be useful. So there's a huge opportunity in the aviation space for Africa to be able to connect itself, for cargo to move across, for rail to connect east to west, north to south, so that this kind of transport can actually happen. And I am glad the conversations have started. And even though we don't have the answer, at least we are asking the right questions. As we think of investments, one of my duties as Minister for Trade, Investment and Industry is to look for investments. But it is also true that oftentimes when we think of investment, we don't think Nigeria, we don't think Ghana, we don't think South Africa. We think of going to those faraway places. But last month I was very impressed that one of Kenya's leading restaurant chains was actually acquired by Africa's richest man, Dangote. And that is an indicator that in Africa, there are solutions. And we want to see more of that, because this is an indication that intra-African trade and investment is a reality, and it can happen. So they acquired Java restaurants, the Coleman Hospitality Group. So again, when we think of making our next pitches as a country, we don't have necessarily to go very far. It may just be a 2-hour flight or 3-hour flight, and the answers are there. So my challenge to all of us is to remember that we have a huge population, we have a good educated population, we have the minerals, we have all that it takes, and we have a bank that has agreed to take take the challenge of now connecting. Payments now can be done in our local currencies. We're now having a trade fair so that you can know what can come from Nigeria or Ghana or this country, and you have arms to be able to facilitate this trade. And we can only say, let our people trade. And when they trade, there will be wealth, there will be employment, and our continent is going to flourish.